much too busy to understand small girls and boys. As I grew up, I came to learn that life was not a game, that heroes were just people that we called another name. And the old shall green grains, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. We must live for today, we must live for tomorrow. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Now I'm grown, the years have passed, I've come to understand there are choices to be made, and my life's at my command. I cannot have a future till I embrace my past. I promise to pursue the challenge, time is going fast. And the old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amen. Who is like you, eternal one, among the gods that I worship? Who is like you, majestic in holiness? Who is like you,
Hermione was at all sympathetic.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to all of our community who are here with us this evening. Whether you're from Erie or other places, it's wonderful to have you join our sacred space, our community, as we come together and celebrate Shabbat. And this week we are joined by our youngest students, our Gesher 1 students, and their teacher. Gabby Frankel is their teacher. And we have all of our students who are with us. And we're going to start this evening by joining together on page 10 with Ma Yafeh Hayom, how beautiful it is this day. And we're going to ask all of our Gesher 1 students to unmute yourselves. Everybody unmute yourselves and get your candles ready as we begin as we light our candles. And we know that it's going to be, we're not going to all say the blessing together, but let's try it anyway so we can hear the wonderful, wonderful voices of our students. Ready? Let's light the candles first. Light your candles. And we welcome and bring Shabbat into our lives as we embrace that flame and that warmth. And we say together the blessing. Ready and go. Very good. And we're going to ask everybody to mute yourselves once again. And we'll join, and Jesse will sing the blessing with us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we with our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Shabbat is a time of blessings. We have so many different things and blessings to say, but we wanted to give our students and their families a chance to share their own personal Shabbat blessing. So we'll start. Spries, why don't you go first?
Well, we give a blessing of peace and hope that everybody stays safe and, you have anything to say about what the Shabbat blessing that you hope that we can bring? No, Dee Dee?
Happiness.
Happiness and health.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that,
something
and that one day we will again be together in person
Yeah,
doing this.
for sure.
Mommy, has something.
Okay, say what you mean.
And stay safe from COVID.
Yes, and Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. And Ellie and your family, do you have a Shabbat blessing for us?
What do you want to give a blessing for?
Snuggling and love. Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
All right.
And Maya and your family?
My mom is going to give the blessing, and I'm going to say what we're doing at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So just want to bless the blessing that we'd like to share is really the happiness and warmth, especially this coming week or two, and health to everyone, and to remember that even though we are all in our own little homes, that there are homes all over the world right now. And if you can imagine, everyone's lighting their Shabbat candles right around the same time. So if we were looking at it from outer space, we would probably see a wave of candles lighting up as everyone is welcoming the Shabbat across the world, all the Jewish people. So we're part of a big family of the Jewish community.
And
Beautiful.
at the end of each blessing, we say, Amen.
Amen.
A sheep says, Meh.
I think that's the joke of the day.
Excellent.
Every day, every Shabbat.
Okay, very nice. A beautiful, beautiful blessing. And Yael and your family?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're so happy to be together right now and be together through this week, and are happy to be together for the next week. And we hope that you're all your families are happy to be together as well as they can during this time. And do you have anything special to say? Anything you wish for people?
No.
No. Do you wish them light or warmth?
Light.
You say that.
Light.
You say light?
Light.
Yes. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And so we ask for God's blessing for all of you as we say, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God always bless you and keep you. Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's presence be with all of you, and may God be there to guide you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may God give us all of us, the blessing of health, happiness, and of peace. Amen. And Shabbat Shalom. And we're going to continue our service with by continuing to welcome Shabbat with Lecha Dodi on page 20.
Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Lecha Bela, Lecha Dodi, Lecha Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Lecha Bela, Shamor v'Zachor, Gibor Echad,
On page 22, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, a time to sing a song for Shabbat. So we want to hear you singing and dancing. And turn to page 24, and I want you all to look at somebody else that you are with, or send somebody else a Shabbat greeting in our chat, and say, Shalom Aleichem, may peace be on you. And the response is, Alechem Shalom, and on you may there be peace. And so we wish peace for everybody in the world.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni leshalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
We turn together to page 26 as we join in Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadav, Yitkadav Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yamad Yivarach Yirteh V'yamlich Malchuteh. B'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'chayei Telcho Beit Yisrael. Bagala, Bagala u'v'zman kariv v'yimaru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach. Le'alam olamei almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei Kodesha B'richu, Le'ila min kol bechata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran behamla, Imaru, Amen.
And we turn to the following page, to page 28 for Baruch Hu.
Lai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
And on page 30, we join in Ma'ariv Aravim that talks to us about God's power of creating the stars in the heaven and the constellations and the planets and the sun and the moon and all of the wonderful gifts of creation. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim ובתבונה משנה עיתים ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים. Page 32. Unending is your love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadata Alkein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu Uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha V'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hem achayenu Ve'orech yameinu Uvahem negei yomam v'layla Negei yomam v'layla V'avarcha tasir Mimeinu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael.
And we turn to page 34. And there we find the text of the Shema, which I think a lot of our Gesher 1 students might know. So you can join in at home. And we thank God for the idea that God is one and pulls us all together as one. So we'll join in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai
following page, we join in V'ahavta, asking us to love God with our whole selves, with our hearts and all of our bodies.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
Adonai Elohechem Emet. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה. זה לי ענו ואמרו, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Page 42. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
Page 44. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment that endured forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Now, as we come to Vishamru, you all have a job. You all have a job to make the hand motions and have a big, big woo. Are you ready to woo? All right, well, let's hear it.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Where's the woo? Come on, guys.
Woo.
Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berith olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berith olam. B'nei Yuvin b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berith olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berith olam. U'vayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berith olam.
Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city, but prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, and rebuild a weakened will. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Pray as if everything depended on God, and act as if everything depended on you.
Adonai sivatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevei Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Maged, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Zomech noflim berofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Mishenei afar, Michamocha bagevurot, Umidomelach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Kadoshim b'chol yom ya'alu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Page 53. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see, wherever we gaze, that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay-touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, "How filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it." Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam Be'ava Tikabel U'tehi L'ratzon Tamid avodat Yisrael, Yisrael Amecha, El Karov Lecha, Korav Penei, Elodecha V'chaninu, Shefach Ruach Aleinu, V'techezena Eineinu, Meshuvecha Letzion, Berachamim, Baruch atah Adonai,
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodot. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace.
Shalom Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amacha Yisrael mechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
We take a few moments and we leave aside the text of our Siddur, of our prayer book, and we think of the prayers that are in our own hearts and in our own minds. And so we take a few moments for silent prayer.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי לגואלי לגואלי.
We turn together to page 253, and there we find the text of our Misha Berach prayer, our prayer for healing. And we think of all those in our temple community, in our city, in our state, in our country, all over the world, who need a blessing of healing, especially right now. There are so many who are fighting the COVID-19 virus And we wish them and their families and care workers so much strength as they progress through this illness, and we hope come to recovery. And for all those who need healing in any sort of way, whether it's healing of body, healing of the soul, of the mind, of the heart. And we mentioned Joan Harf and Frances Miller, Fran Porras, Carol Love, Nelva Torres, Judy Bodner, Carol Golbo, Timothy Timon, Steve Toddleman, David Renberg, Gary Williamson, Will Rosenthal, Fred Kern, Michael Brumberger, Sean Brumberger, Richard Sharon, Debbie Perry, Peg Plowski, Zachary Jackson, Greg Bennett, Stephanie, Luke, Trey, Abigail, and Charles Nobles, Bob Thielen, Lorraine Wellington, Holly Arison, Eric Perry, Judith Goldman, Scott Gordon, Dane Marcinkowski, Emma Lou Phillips, Michael Byron, Andrea Kepner-Blake, Sandra French, Ruth Bostaff Coleman, Carl Sion, and Patricia Heibel. If you have other names that you would like to add, please add it into the our chat box so that we can send our energies out to all those who are in need as we join in Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Yisheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Okay. You know, this week's Torah portion is called Yitro, and it is named after a very, very important character in our biblical story, Moses' father-in-law. And it's the story of Moses and all the whole people of Israel having crossed the Sea of Reeds and are now encamped on the other side safely. And Moses is sitting there all day and all night trying to solve everybody's problems. Can you imagine? There were maybe 2 million, maybe more people, and Moses is trying to settle everybody's dispute. Can you imagine all the arguing that might have gone on? Do you think you might have argued a little bit with the family next door in the next tent next door? Maybe. And Moses' father-in-law Jethro brings Moses and comes to meet Moses with Moses' wife Zipporah and their 2 sons, and sees what's going on and says, wow, Moses, we have to have a talk. So he puts his arm around Moses and they go off for a little talk, and he says, look, I know a little something about how to lead a community. After all, I'm a community leader in my community in Midian. So here's what I think you need to do. You need to create different groups who are going to take care of all these problems. So we're going to have lots of people who are going to take care of the little problems because there's a lot of little problems. And then we're going to have a fewer group of people who are going to take care of the medium-sized problems, and even fewer group of people are going to take care of the really, really big problems. And you, Moses, are going to focus on only the most important problems. Well, Moses implements this new idea, and it works beautifully. It works beautifully because it means that people are involved, that we have lots more people involved in the helping to solve all the problems in the community and the arguments. But it also helps because Moses can focus on the really important things. And I think one of the most important messages is that it is this moment that Judaism has the key to the way we have been able to be successful since, because we have followed Jethro's advice, because we have taken advice from the situation that we find ourselves in, and we've taken advice from outside of our community, and we've listened to an expert, a consultant, if you will. So Jethro is the outside consultant in today's terms, who comes in and says, okay, here's what I see, and here's what I think you need to do. And we have, throughout history, done that. We have taken parts and elements from communities and cultures wherever we have lived, and we have adapted them and adopted them and made them work, and it has made us all the more stronger. And so as we celebrate Yitro and we celebrate our ability to change and grow and adapt, we certainly do it as we are experiencing Shabbat on YouTube and Zoom and our platforms. And we do it when we are faced with a need to change. And so we've done that all this year. And our Gesher 1 students have done a fabulous job with their teacher, with Gabby and with Kendra and Franny, who have been amazing in helping them do their projects and all of their activities. And so we've sent home a lot of projects, and so each week they have a hands-on project to do. And I think they finished their Shabbat boxes, right? Do you finish your Shabbat boxes? Yes? Awesome. So they have a special Shabbat box that they worked on, and they're finished, and there's much, much more to come soon. So we wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom, and we are going to continue with the Aleinu on page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורר עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים עמה, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו הפזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים עמה, והארץ מתוך התאנות. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we have loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, they are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. And we think of all those who have come before us, those who died most recently in our congregation. And we are in the period of Aninut for Michael Westerman. And we are in the period of Shiva for Myrna Urkov, and we extend condolences to Jessie and her whole family. And we're in the period of Shloshim for Emily Bostwick, Josephine Hallkamp. And on this Shabbat, we observe the following yahrzeits: Herma Shack, Louis Hiller, Pauline Jacobson, Isaac B. Grabowski, Albert Schuster, Max Hess, Gregory Thorpe, Isaac Cohen, Carl Luntz, Rosalind Levick, Janice Schuster, Dina Levy, Blanche Levy, Helen Neubauer, Rose Berenstein, Isaac B. Gorman, Francis Falk Oppenheimer, Betty Gorman Levy, Louis Horkheimer, and Carolyn Birnbaum. If you have other names that you would like to add in memory, please add them into our chat boxes. Say them out loud as we turn to the words of Kaddish on page 294. Yitkadal veyitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach ritei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon uvchayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Well, Shabbat Shalom. Again, Yasher Koach to our Gesher 1 students and to Gabby, their teacher, and Kendra, our school administrator, for helping us put this wonderful, wonderful program and their blessings together. A few announcements. Right after services, please join us for our Shabbat Oneg. The link is at the very top of the YouTube chat box. You can click on that and please join us. On tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., we'll join together for Torah study. And we'll hope that you'll join us as we dig deeper into this wonderful story of Yitro and the people of Israel. Sunday, we have Gesher, 9:30 with our Gesher classes, 9:30 and then 10:50 for Hebrew. And Tuesday, we have a program called our Talk Amongst Ourselves program, where we will be asking people to bring a special object or object of history in your family and to show it and share a little bit of your own family history. So here's a challenge, and I need all of your help with this. And not only our Gesher students, but also all of our members of our congregation and our guests or whoever is here with us. We need all of your help because Purim is on the way. Purim is the very, very end of February, but we need your help sooner because we're putting together the most fabulous Purim costume parade that we have ever seen. And we're going to do it by creating a montage. So I need you all to get dressed up in your silliest, goofiest, wildest Purim costumes and then send us a picture. send us a picture of yourself in your silly, goofy, wild costume. And so we hope that you'll do that, and we need that by the 10th. So by February 10th, we need to have all your pictures in. So we hope that you'll be able to do that. Just email them in, and we'll make sure that we get them, and try to be as fun and silly as you can. And make sure that you tell us if you're dressing up as one of our Purim characters, whether it's Esther or Mordecai or Haman or whatever, tell us who it is. Okay. Great. I think that's all of our announcements. And Jesse, what are we going to close with today?
Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom. And I guess somebody's asking a question on YouTube about Saturday morning services. We have, as a group, decided that we're going to do Saturday morning services once a month while we're still in the middle of COVID, the last Shabbat of the month. So just Torah study tomorrow, and at the end of February we'll have our Shabbat service. So, Oseh Shalom, let's hear it.
Oseh Shalom bimramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
So we want to say Shabbat Shalom to all of our Gesher students. Gesher students, all unmute yourself and say Shabbat Shalom to everybody.
Say
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Okay, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We'll see you all soon. Stay home, stay safe. Take care. We'll see you at the Oneg.